Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Survival Skyscraper. So, with base day 1 complete, and by complete the season is complete, we are on day 160 here. It was actually complete a little while ago, but I've been working on the Skyscraper project, digging that out. So we got tons of concrete, we got tons of supplies going on, and our base day 1 is finished. It's complete. I think it works well. It does. It serves its purpose. It also keeps the screamers and stuff away while I run tons and tons of forages. So in the meantime, in this Let's Play, what we're going to be doing is actually working on the Skyscraper build itself, plus doing other survival stuff like going out and doing the occasional looting so we can get things. I still don't have all my skill books, so we're going to go to the trader and see if they have anything to offer. There's 3 where I know they are. We might actually expand out too and actually create like a route we can take in one day and hit up a bunch of traders to try to get all those books and stuff, because there's nothing else I really need at this point other than getting all my skills and bonus skill books here together. Our perk books, I mean to say. Like, look at that. A lot of them are almost complete. Some of them we need a lot more of, but I would really like to get those complete, and we need to make the skyscraper. So let's go check out our skyscraper basement. So I've dug out the main part of the skyscraper. We did level by level for about 14 levels. I do believe there is about 14, 15. Oh, look at that wandering horde over there. Just in time for me to fly by them. 14, 15 episodes of the grind lapse that I did. Now, I know a lot of you weren't into it, and I understand why. It's just a time lapse, and it's just me grinding, and it's random music. I tried to vary up the music. Honestly, for me, it was more of an experiment to kind of see what kind of music people like the most, because I do take a look at a lot of the statistics. I enjoy that part of YouTube too. It's kind of fascinating to see what people like, what people don't like, and why people click off videos, and you know, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, we're getting there. Look at this. I'm not going to even touch down. We're gonna do a little bit of a flyover here. Check this out. This is a basement for the skyscraper we're going to be working on here. So we're going to start out with the subway underneath. And then we got to build a parking garage on top of that, another parking garage, and then a service area. And then we can actually make it to the lobby. So what we'll probably do is start out by doing the outside of the skyscraper, the hard ground part that goes around it. And then we will go down to the subway and then start making the bones of the skyscraper. So these episodes here will not be often. They'll be more few between than anything else. Because just of the absurd amount of time it takes to do that. So I'm going to be doing these episodes in chunks over days as we get that done. Because sometimes maybe I'll stream doing some of the build, like if it's going to be a lot. I'll stream it, and then we'll come back into the Let's Play and we'll catch you up and be like, yeah, we got this and this and this done. Looks like this now. That way you guys get to see some awesome progression during the episodes. I'm really excited to do this, but like I said, it'll only be so many episodes, few and far between. So I'm going to land this thing and actually mark myself a trader so we can head off towards there and maybe give myself a little bit more gas before we head off. Okay, so we're going to head off to our furthest one over here, and then loop back to this one, and hit up this, where did it go? Hit up this trader here, and then head back home. So we only have 3. Now, this map is pre-gen 03. It was the original one when it first came out. I think they've made some changes to it since. So it's a little hard to tell, but there's probably maps online that I can look up to actually find out where all the trader locations are. That way we can like just do it all in one chunk. It might take me an hour to do the flight path, but like I said, like I can do these videos in chunks and then mash them all together, so that it's a good Let's Play with lots of progression. Anyway, let's head off to that first one. So we've made it to the desert trader here, and I want to show you guys what I have before I go. So I haven't been doing any looting or anything, but I did dig up a ton of ore. So we have 34 raw diamonds. I'm actually going to save a few of those for now. We're going to save 6. I'm not sure how many you need, actually. Oh, I only have this. Because there is a diamond tip mod if I'm correct, that you unlock with the books. Anyway, this is what I have to sell to the trader, so we're going to get at least a decent amount of money for this. Okay, there we go. So we ended up with some extra coins. So I'm going to do a quick search for books. And, oh, damn, he doesn't have any in there. Does he have any in the... Oh, Shotgun Messiah, Volume 6, and The Art of Mining, Volume 2. Diamond Tools. Oh, nice. Bam, that's the one we wanted. That's awesome. Okay, let's buy this one up here, too. So does that get our mining one complete? Let's look that up here. The Art of Mining, whoops. 5 of 7. Oh, so close. I just need the take 50% less damage from collapsing mines, and I have a 20% chance to one-shot any ore. That will make gathering so much easier because we are going to have to take breaks, and I am going to have to go and do grinds for supplies as we build the skyscraper upwards. Anyway, let's go ahead and read those books here. We'll get the Art of Mining out of the way. And we'll read Shotgun Messiah, Volume 6. Nice. Okay. Well, let's see here. Diamond blade tip mod. So that was the one from earlier. I thought that was for the a weapon. Anyway, so it takes 3 raw diamonds to make them. Nice. I definitely have to make one of these when we get home. Okay, let's see what Trader Jen has here. Wow, nothing for books. And under extra, we have, ooh, damn, nothing. So swing and a miss with Trader Jen.
Sorry, but I've never heard of it.
That's okay. We'll head off to the next one here. One more chance. Okay, don't fail me now, Joel. Let's see here. Books, we have... damn, we know them both. What about your extra stash here? Oh, Lucky Looter Volume 6? Nice. Magnum Enforcer Volume 7. Still not really pumped about the Magnum stuff, but whatever. I think we used the Magnum once early on. Okay, let's read that one up. And Lucky Looter number 6. The only fast food these days comes in a can. This tip will help you scrounge up a bit more. Find more food and loot. Nice. Oh! We just finished Lucky Looter. Enemies have a higher chance to drop loot. Lucky bastard, you're one lucky bastard. This tip is the best of them all. So I saved it for last. Enemies have a 20% higher chance to drop loot. Damn, nice. We finally got one finished. I would literally like to have these all maxed out and all my skills maxed out by the time we're done this skyscraper. We will for sure. If we take a look at my stats here. Oh, we have 8 points available. That's right. I got points from just grinding. So we'll actually use those up here too while we're at it. So we are level 149, game stage 357, with 8,604 enemy kills and one very explosive death. If you guys want to watch that, you should hit up my series, Base Day 1. Check out the top pin comments. I put the playlist in there all the time. Anyway, let's take a look at our skill points here. So we're going to get Master Scavenger. May as well. We'll have to go and get stuff probably eventually. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pump some points here into strength. There we go. Beautiful. So we got Sexy T-Rex all the way up. There's really nothing at this point, especially for the purpose of what I'm doing, really to invest in. We also got Mutated Seeds. We can unlock that. So what is Mutated Seeds? I've never even taken a look into it. Seed. Supercorn. I guess that is mutated seeds that we would need. Well, may as well pump up my shotgun skills here since it's the second other weapon I use. There we go. Awesome. Okay, now that we have got that done, let's actually get going on with our skyscraper here. So I have to take my jet home and grab all my tools, grab some supplies here, and we're going to head over to the pit and actually start laying down our pillars and everything. We're going to start with a subway underneath. We're going to build our pillars up to the first floor, and then we're going to go from there. So I'll probably have to jump from this to my other save. It's not even a save anymore. I've actually made it in the POI editor. Anyway, let's go get that done. This will take a few minutes. And home sweet home on the runway. Perfect. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab my gun here. We're going to take a look. My nail gun, I mean. Here we go. Grab one of those up. We have repair kits. We do not. Nope, we definitely don't have any repair kits, but I've got some supplies in my helicopter. We were literally flying around with 17,000 stone and 7,000 sand in my helicopter. Seems legit. So as I was saying earlier, we got tons and tons of supplies. So we're going to keep these machines running too as we're building. I think, yeah, I was overflowing into the dirt box here. I just have so much stone. Well, I guess I'll throw the stone overflow into this box over here. Okay, and I've been making blocks on blocks on blocks in here too, because we need these for our skyscraper. Like I said, if you guys are interested even in like the process I did all of this in, definitely check out those my time-lapse videos. I worked pretty hard on those. I really enjoyed making them too. But yeah, look at that. Look how many blocks we have. That's amazing. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna get all these emptied out. Put stuff here in storage. Ooh, these actually need to go right back into making blocks. Which ones are not making blocks here? These ones here. So I'm gonna make 500 in each. Oops, if I select the right thing. Okay, we're gonna make 450 in one and 450 in the other here. So much concrete mix. Alright, we'll be quickly caught up with these. We shouldn't be lagging behind on concrete blocks, but we're still going to need a lot more than this in the long run. Okay, so we have all of our forges here going, making us some cement. We have these forges going here, making us tons of bulletproof glass blocks. These are going to be an intensive one too. I'm going to have to make sure these ones are running 24/7. And our cement mixers are either... This one's not doing anything. I lied. Most of them are actually making blocks for us. So we'll have a ton more blocks when we come back. So the last thing I need to do is make those tip mods. Or the tip mods. The diamond tipped mods. And we will go over to our other save, the POI editor here, and check out the skyscraper. I'll show you guys what I need to do first. Here we are in the prefab editor here. So I've been working on in the other series, the skyscraper concept, kind of going through this build. The different changes and the different decisions I made with it. We're totally going with a different color for these pillars, by the way. Not doing that. Anyway, if we go underground here, we can take a look. This over here is actually where we're going to be starting. I'm going to be starting the subway right here. It's this floor right here. So what we got to do is we got to lay down the foundations. Make sure I have everything nice and solid and laid out. And then I can actually build the pillars up to the first floor. So I just have to take a mental note here and actually just take a double check and see how high this is. And then write it down just so I don't forget and mess up. Alright, so 11 high from the bottom of the ground here. So as we're looking north, I haven't done this yet in here because I totally forgot about it, but we're gonna actually make the subway tunnels go out underneath the parking garage because we've already gotten this hollowed out anyway. So I know I won't be hitting any supports or anything going out that way, so it'll look cool. What we're gonna do is just collapse off the ends and make it look like the subway has collapsed around it. So first thing we're going to do, though, before we do anything else, is actually get this done and dug up and the blocks spread out around the edge here. So I want a nice hard edge. That way it's a little easier to see the zombies and pick them off. And I can actually start somewhat of a zombie defense. Iron spikes we're going to put around the outside just to keep them from kind of wandering in and maybe kill a few if they do try to do that. So I got to take the measurement of this from the edge. Oops, let's go from here because we're keeping our natural walls throughout the entire build. The whole thing is going to be natural. So we're going to go from here out to the outside. So we got 1, we're going to go either 8 or 9 out. It doesn't really matter because this is just kind of sitting on it to give the impression that's where it's going to sit. So you guys kind of get a feel for this. This will expand as well. I still got to design myself a lobby and everything else. I'm not really going to paint this thing up. We're going to do that all in survival anyway. I just wanted to make sure, like, physics wise, everything worked out well fine, because having to redo something like this in survival would make me rage quit. It honestly would. Just the size of this project alone is going to be a lot of work. So that mod is still being made, kind of waiting it out. So I decided to fly over here and kind of see how far out to the road we are. So if we looked, that parking garage that you've seen that extends out past the building is actually going to be facing in that direction. So we're going to be going north with the parking garage. So as I build this up and I find we need more resources like stone and stuff, I'll come in and then we'll cut out the parking garage part as resources. So we can kind of utilize the dig itself into the actual build. So I'm going to go ahead and count these out and see how wide I'm going to go. So 9 brings us right to the sand. So I think 9 is perfect all the way around. So what I got to do here is I've actually got to go and dig this out 9 blocks around and 1 block deep. So what I'm going to do is go back, put my mod in my auger here so that way I don't have to repair it nearly as much, and get myself some repair kits. I swear I had some on me. I don't know what I did with them though. I do have some storage of supplies over here too at this little area here. Let's actually check that out. Maybe I stuck them in there. I don't think I did, but it's actually very, very possible. Here we go. What do we have going on in here? So we have our rebar frames because there's some areas where I need steel, and we have some concrete mix here to fill it, and we have some wet concrete blocks and some concrete mix kicking around. Not much else though. I started bringing some stuff over during the grind lapses, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that ring done. It's gonna take a little while. I'll see you guys when I've done it. So it's day 162. And I finally got that done, so nothing really to talk about here, just a whole lot of digging up the dirt and laying down of the blocks. So I've also gone back to my base and reset the forges. We have a whole bunch of cement coming out. We have a whole bunch of cement mix. And what is this zombie doing over here? Look at it kind of chilling out. What? Why is it jumping all over the place? It is really weirded out over there. Stupid zombie. Anyway, this took about an hour and a half, I would say, to get everything down. I kind of took my time. I was watching videos. I'm kind of getting into aquariums again. I used to be in aquariums when I was younger, but I haven't been able to get into it. But recently I've been looking at planted stuff, and I kind of like how it looks, so I've been looking into that recently. But anyway, what we got to do now is actually lay out the foundation of the skyscraper, so where all the pillars and everything are going to be. I should also fill in this area over here with cement. What I did was actually dug down further to get the ore out, and then I'll just come and backfill this because it'll get covered up anyway. So I don't know if you guys seen the skyscraper concept videos where I've actually built this out and planned it out before I did it, but I did put a diagram up I made on paper and scanned it. Yeah, that's right. I used actual graphing paper. It's been a very long time, but I enjoy doing it. Kind of sitting aside from the computer, kind of planning things out. But here you guys go. If you want to see that, this is what it looks like. We're going to replicate this. I have to make sure that I face the subway tunnels from north to south as well. So I got to keep that in mind here. And there's not much else other to do here. I got to go up and get some more supplies. We have a bunch of blocks, but I have no concrete on me. And very little rebar frames. So I'm going to go get my stuff prepared here, and we'll take a look at this. Okay, so there we go. I got this all filled in. We are ready to put down. What I'm going to do is use frames to kind of frame it all out. Take all my measurements, check 3 or 4 times, make sure I got everything laid out well, and then we'll actually start building the structure itself. So down here, if you're just catching this for the first time, is going to be where the subway system is. Facing north, here we go. We'll open up a map here. So facing north, there's going to be a extended parking garage underneath here. And under that parking garage, we're actually going to run the subway tunnels longer. So they'll come out this way. But on this side, I'll just drill it out a little bit, make it look like the subway's collapsed in here. And then collapsed at that end, just so it doesn't look like the subway just ends all weird like that. Maybe a collapse happened. Because we're going to be turning this thing into a legit POI here. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot of work once I have it actually built, even bringing it over to a POI editor and changing it into a dungeon. Holy crap, look how tiny. Look how tiny these zombies look from down here. That's wild. Look at them. They are so tiny. Oh, they're coming down the ladder. I love it. It's like shooting them off the ladder, a little bit of a zombie ladder challenge. That is quite amusing. Where is the other one here? I wonder if that's a wandering horde. There should be more. Bam. That just kind of shows you the depth of this pit. So the other thing is too, is this entire skyscraper is actually going to have clear air from here all the way up to there. There'll be some spots where glass cover it, of course, in the lobby and whatnot, because you don't want people falling down. But I want the light to come all the way down here, because I hope to actually surround the outside with some dirt and or planters actually, and plant ourselves some stuff along the edge. Now I do not think you can actually plant. Can you plant mums and stuff in the dirt? You know what? What I'll do is, I had a settlers mod. I had recipes, and they were called plastic plants, because some people wanted plants as decorations, right? And you can get plastic plants. So what I made were blocks that you would make out of actual plastic and other material, and they would be plastic plants. It would be an actual block you can place. You couldn't harvest it or anything. It was literally just a decoration, and they had a few hit points. So if someone thought it was a plant and punched it, they wouldn't destroy your decoration. You could actually go up and repair it with some more plastic. I would actually like to bring those recipes back too. Definitely still checking out here. I got to do it. Add Fidui's recipe pack to my play, because I want to be able to build all of the stuff that you can get in creative, right? Because I'm going to be turning this into POI anyways. We're going to make it legit as possible, but build everything in survival. So there will be no creative mode or anything with this build at all. This is going to be from the ground up. Even this dig took a while. We took tons and tons of stone out of here. Anyway, I'm getting a little carried away here in memory, but it was a long couple of weeks. We got her done though. We are ready to start laying this foundation down. So enough excuses. I'm going to get this done. Okay, so I've got the frames down on the ground. They're a little hard to see from here, but I'm 100% sure everything is in shape, is in the right spots. I've done the layout a few times. This is why it's always good to practice too, right, on another save. Like the one I'm building, the concept. So I'm kind of concepting ahead of the actual build, because I know for sure this is the actual layout we're going to go with. Now with 7 days to die, what we need to do is we actually need to bring pillars all the way. This is, you know, for skyscrapers too, for real legit skyscrapers. We're going to bring these pillars all the way down from our flat bedrock here, all the way up in the sky, and every single one is going to be the same. So these will be the bones of the build. That's what we're looking at here, is the pure bones. Now this here is where the there's going to be a triple elevator shaft in the build, and it's going to go from the lobby straight up. But because it's also a support for the entire thing, I have to build it down here. So we got to support it from the bottom to the top. So what I figured we'd do in here is we would do the ticket booths up in here. So we'd do a little passageway, and you could do all the ticket stuff up in here, and then continue it on all the way up. Now there is allowances where, like, if you have enough of the blocks supporting each other, you can actually have gaps. But for the most part, especially with single pillars, this is also why I went with a 4-pillar. If something happens, like let's say even like 3 of them get taken out, there's still 1 left, obviously. Or if like 2 get taken out, there's still a couple left. Like even if you get these 2 taken out, it'll still support itself well. That's why I went with 4. And I think this design really maximizes what I can do with the build, especially for stressing out how far you can go with the physics. So what I'm going to do here is for the first little bit of these floors, at least these pillars right here, we're actually going to fully upgrade these because this is down at the bottom. If the zombies fall down, this is where they're going to end up beating on. So for the first little bit, we're actually going to be doing these pillars out of rebar frame blocks. So what I got to do with these is actually head 10 up, and on the 11th level, I need to upgrade it to steel and build the steel connectors to hold the floor up for us. So I'm going to go ahead and get these filled in, and I'm also going to take our blocks too and fill in what I know for sure is solid. Like we have a... this is where the platform's going to be. There's going to be a staircase up in here. Let's see. I gotta make sure I'm facing the right way. I'm not. See? Oh my god. Wow. I'm glad I actually double checked and I was like, I'm sure this is the right way. But we want the building to go north-south. So I gotta make sure I'm facing the right way when I lay down the subway here. So this is where the main elevator will be. The doors are gonna be on the west side and the east side, and the subway is gonna head north-south. And the elevator here, I did originally have the elevator facing north, but we might do it south. Actually, let's hop over. I'm going to go hop over to our Let's Play here, our actual POI editor, and we're going to check out what I built so far and compare the elevator, because I should just move it around. If I have it planned that way, like I'm seeing it in my mind, but if I already have it planned that way, I should definitely stick with it. Let's hop over to that POI editor. Okay, so here we are kind of floating around in a landscape here so we can get a nice cutaway view. This is the initial floor we're working on here, is this one. So I actually have this facing north-south. So my doors, my entrance ways, will also intersect my main elevator right here to go up to the lobby and the stairs. And that's actually not what I want. But I gotta go with it because the subway is gonna also face north-south. So it is what it is. We're gonna have to go with that for the main, or we could switch the main entrances from east and west. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. See, this is kind of why it's good to have a concept build, because if I need to change anything in the editor, it's actually rather very quick. So this is my floor plan place basically for the build. So let's go down and check this out. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this already in the recording, but this is another quick shot of the subway we're working on. So what I'm gonna do is build these pillars up to the next level and fill all this in with our normal blocks here, our concrete blocks, just the first level ones. Yeah, you know what, actually, if I throw the entrances, I think that's originally how I had it planned, because the roads were running here. I do believe I had the entrances planned for these sides. So I'm being a dummy. So the entrances are going to be on the east and west sides. Okay, we're good. Let's cut back. So there we go. The orientation of everything is now correct. We are truly facing north and south with our subway system. This runs with it too, so it looks a little better. The entrances will be on the east side. Holy crap, it's easy to get disoriented down here. The east side and the west side. The east side, I do believe, oh no, it's the west side that has a road running along it. And then on this side, we'll do like a little business park area or something in here. And then over here is going to be where our parking lot entrance is going to be. So I think it'll work out really, really damn well. But I got a lot of laying down of blocks and upgrading of blocks to do to get this first level done. It's going to be a little tedious, take a little time, because I have to do the first 5 levels, I think, at least with the reinforced concrete, and then I can start using blocks to go upwards. So to make this a little more efficient, I'm going to literally just do 5 levels with this, and then switch over my other blocks and go up to the 11th level. Are you guys ready for it? Here it is, day 163. I've spent some time doing this. I've gotten a level in a bit here on my bar, and check it out. The guts, the framework for the subway are all in and all complete. Of course, I still have some drying because some of it's placed blocks and some of it is upgraded. So what I've done here to try to save on materials is I only placed these, for the most part. Some places I messed up, like over in that corner over there. But I placed these only in places that needed to support the weight of these, because these are going to be upgraded to steel here, so they can hold the expanse of concrete blocks we're going to be filling in up there with. So I got to fill this in, fill this spot in, this spot. Same on the other side here, 1, 2, and 3. And then in this area here, I'm going to have to figure out the orientation too. I'm going to take a look at the other map again. I've done this episode over a few days, so I tend to forget. But anyway, I also have to put the stairs in and put the elevator in. And then this floor's main structure is fully complete. And we can start working on the parking garages above them. Get myself at least all the way up to the lobby. See where we are at for materials and how things are looking. And then we'll go from that direction. Because I would love to like maybe do a few layers, get bored with it, like once we got the skyscraper guts going upwards, do a few layers. They're going to be repetitive, so I'm going to get bored with it. And then we'll come back down and start working on like stuff like the subway, actually getting it done, getting all the rails in, making it look all legitimate, painting it all, making it all look nice, because this literally is just the framework for it all. So there's still a lot of work to do, but I think it's looking pretty decent. It looks cool too, even from up here. Now I must say, having the parkour perk maxed out definitely made a huge difference doing these, because I can pretty much jump from here and not really take too much damage at all. I don't even have coins on me too. If I added some more coins, I think I can fall even further. Like, whoa, well, I guess we're gonna find out. See, there you go. I didn't even take damage that time. I think one more block I would have taken a couple points of damage. But it's definitely a perk worth having if you're going to be building something like this. And I was also thinking about the rebar frame blocks versus these blocks, the wet concrete blocks. There's always been a discussion, and I always get a question every once in a while, why I use these over these sometimes. Actually, most of the time, if I'm building a solid upgraded building, like a base defense, I'll just go straight to these, to this. So I think I'm going to make a video here eventually, after actually bringing the topic up and going over it carefully, because it does save you materials in the long run, with time. Now, I have to, of course, test everything, make sure it works. It may have changed this alpha as far as the material cost goes. I do believe it did, but just in raw time, because these, you have to make these in the forge, or the mixers, right? And that ties up your ability to make concrete mix, when you can make these in a bunch of forges, which are way cheaper to make, and they actually don't cost that much in iron. So we'll go over that at some point. I kind of got to really gather my thoughts on that, do some calculator maths and whatnot, and I think that will actually be a great topic. But that pretty much concludes this episode here, guys. We're definitely going to bring more of this. These episodes won't be coming out daily, because that's just ridiculous. I forget what day we started this episode on, but we're on hour cycles. So I think it was day 160 or 161? Day 160, so we're at almost like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours for this one episode, and I don't mind doing it because it's actually kind of fun. It allows me to actually get some stuff done. In the meantime, we'll be running some more Darkness Falls during the week evenings, and our grind episodes are pretty much come to a halt until I need to go out and get some more massive grinding done. But anyways, guys, I want to remind you, back up them game saves, stay classy, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace out.
People say I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go, yeah, I go. Yeah, I go.
Good boy.